guys, it's Angel. I love eating tofu and it's something that I like to cook at least once a week, and one of my favorite ways to cook tofu is by making Mapo Tofu. Originally from China, Mapo Tofu is actually made with Szechuan peppercorns, which gives it that spicy taste. And Szechuan peppercorns kind of gives you that mouth numb tingling sensation. It's really spicy but also very good. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make Mapo Tofu where you can control the level of spice. So if you like it super spicy, you can just add more spice there. I can usually make Mapo Tofu in under 30 minutes, so this is a really simple dish for you guys to make when you're learning to cook at home. But before we get started, I just want to say a big thank you to Boiling Point for sponsoring today's video. For those of you who know me, Boiling Point is one of my favorite places to go for Taiwanese hot pot. And I always love using their sauces, my favorite being their garlic bean sauce. And lucky for us, we can now enjoy a variety of Boiling Point sauces at home delivered right to your door. Order online and get 5% off your next order. And with that, let's get started, shall we? Now for the ingredients. For this recipe, we'll need 1 pound of lean ground beef, half a small yellow onion, some green onion stalks, a block of tofu, and I'm using medium to medium firm tofu here, some cane sugar. I've got some Boiling Point sauces here. There's the spicy garlic bean paste. I also have their signature sauce, which is their signature garlic bean paste. And the flavor here is savory with a hint of sweetness filled with umami from the fermentation process. Some soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, water, chicken broth, and cornstarch for our sauce thickener. So we're gonna go ahead and just cut our green onions and our yellow onions. I've got half a yellow onion here. Just removing the outer layer here into smaller pieces. I'm just going to transfer the onions to a plate, set that aside, and then go ahead to chop up my 2 green onion stalks. Then I'm going to transfer this to a small bowl. We're going to save these until the end. So here I have my tofu. I just drained it when I took it out of the packaging, and I've left it out for about 20 minutes. That way the excess water comes out first before we cut it. I just like to cut mine like this into small cubes. So they're kind of like 1-inch cubes. Transfer that to a plate and set aside. And now we're ready to make our sauce. I've got 2 cups of chicken stock already pre-measured out. Then I've got a separate bowl where we're going to add our ingredients for the sauce. I'm going to start with Boiling Point's garlic bean paste. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of Boiling Point's famous garlic bean paste. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. This is actually, if you guys are wondering, this is a really cute jar from Boiling Point. So it's a glass jar and you can put their garlic bean paste in here. And they gave me a couple stickers so I can customize my jar. Pretty cute, huh? Next, if you like your Mapo Tofu spicy, we're going to be using their spicy garlic bean paste. So I recommend using 1 tablespoon of their garlic bean paste. You can taste test and try, and if you like more, just add more later. We'll also need 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of cane sugar, oh, and I almost forgot, we've got some minced ginger as well. It's 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. I'm sorry, I meant that was 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I know, how could I have confused that with ginger? But yes, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and that looks really good right now. Now we want to make the sauce thickener. I've got half a cup of water here, And we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And now it's time to cook. So I'm just gonna preheat my pan on medium-high heat. Once your pan is preheated, go ahead and add a few tablespoons of oil. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my beef. And break that up as best as you can. And I'm just gonna saute this for a few minutes. And halfway through, while it's still browning, I'm gonna add half my yellow onions. And the reason why I wanna add half is so that these onions that I add first get soft, and the ones that I add later are still a little bit crunchier. So it adds a little more texture. Now that the beef is browned and the onions are starting to get a little bit more translucent, we can go ahead and add our sauce. Give that a good stir and mix it in. And now we'll add our chicken broth. Now I'm just gonna let the chicken broth simmer and let that broth reduce for about 5 minutes. So now it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add the remaining yellow onions here. We're gonna let that cook for about 1 minute, and then we're gonna add our sauce thickener. Once you add that cornstarch thickener in there, you should go ahead and stir right away, and you'll see that it starts to thicken. And once it's thickened, turn your heat down to low, and go ahead and add the tofu. And the tofu is already cooked, so we're literally just putting the tofu in just to heat it up. Once it's heated up, go ahead and turn off your stove. And I like to add a ton of fresh ground pepper on top. The more the better. And we're serving this directly in the pot. That's how I like to make my Mapo tofu. So I'm just gonna put the green onions right on top of there. And that's it, we're done. Now we can serve it with a bowl of hot rice. Tofu down. Little straggler here. 30-second roll. And that's how you make my Mapo tofu dish with boiling point sauces. So now let's get ready to do the taste test. I recommend using a spoon here and really just digging in. And I kind of got a little bit greedy when I scooped the toppings on here. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful. Wow. So it's a little bit of the spicy kick from the spicy sauce, but What I like about this is that it's very savory, and I could taste the second batch of the yellow onions that we put in. They had more of a crunchy texture, so I'm definitely glad that we did that. And this is just a really good dish. And if you guys want to make this a vegetarian version, you can go ahead, omit the beef, and substitute it with some mushrooms instead. So that way you can have a meatless Mapo Tofu Monday. Give me a thumbs up if you like this recipe, and don't forget to check out Boiling Point's online store. I will leave a link in the video description below, along with a discount code where you can get 5% off your next order. I'm Angel, thank you guys so much for watching. Until then, take care, I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.